Welcome, and this video here is going to be about my DSX transmitter. I found a little problem with it. As you can see, the result was a little bit catastrophic. So I'm not sure, maybe it's only this one, maybe there's more of them that are like this, but basically what's happening is when I'm flying, you start off in beginner mode. Having some fun, everything is great, and beginner mode and safe is helping me land, helping me learn. After a few weeks, progress on to intermediate mode, have some fun, flying around, everything is great. Get better, get more adventurous. Then maybe taking off in intermediate mode and going into advanced mode to practice some maneuvers and loops and have some fun. And knowing that if I want, at the start when I needed to land, I can always switch back down into safe mode if I needed to, or leave it in advanced mode. But one feature of the safe is that you can press this bind button here, and if you press the bind button, when you're in advanced mode and the airplane is, in a spiral dive or whatever it's doing something you don't want it to do, and you're not trusting yourself enough to get out of that situation, you just press this button and the plane will automatically level and come back to straight and level flight. So it may need, of course, a little bit of altitude to do that. So I'm in advanced mode, I'm flying around, I'm having some fun, and then it did once kind of make me a bit nervous, so I pressed this button. Let's see, click. So it worked twice. And now you see it doesn't work anymore. I'm flying in advanced mode, I'm having fun, it starts to spin down, I'm not sure if it's spinning left or right. I press this button here, as you can see, click, and the plane levels out, goes into straight and level flight. Then I can let this go and resume flying. The problem is I pressed that once and now I press it again, 3, and sometimes what's happening is there we go, it's stuck. So there I was, spiraling towards the ground, press this, doesn't work, what am I going to do? I hit this, it was too late, yeah. And then this is what happened. So I will show you how to fix this if that does happen to you. If it doesn't happen to you, I would just say, be careful of this button, don't rely on it too much. If you're in advanced mode, always, if it doesn't work instantly, switch back down. So lesson I learned, unfortunately, because this button got stuck, and in the couple of seconds I had, this is what happened to my plane. So I will make another video. I'm going to repair this. So as we can see, the tail is good, wheels are good, my motor is still in there, all my electrics are in here, and I have all the pieces, so I could probably glue it all together, except for one thing. So if I turn this around now and show you, the plastic that holds on my door cover is kind of broken up and a little piece is missing. I don't have a 3D printer, and that, yeah, I'm not sure about trying to fix that with the piece missing. Henceforth, I'm just going to order a new fuselage, and that will be interesting. Then I guess we take every single thing out of this and put them all into the new fuselage. Tail is also fine, and the wings are also fine. So when I did, right before I crashed, I did switch it back into safe mode, and it did kind of level out a little bit. I just didn't have enough altitude. If I had another 10-15 feet, probably would have been fine. But that's it. So I'll show you how to do this. So we're going to take out the screws, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So I have loosened out these screws. Be careful when you turn it upside down, they don't fall out. Just a word of warning, if your transmitter is new and still under warranty, this probably would void your warranty. I didn't read the warranty specs on that. But anyway, mine actually isn't that old. It's quite a nice controller, but I don't want to send it away and be without and have absolutely nothing for the next few weeks. Just gonna split it up here. There we go. It splits quite easily. Just be careful with it. So we have two sections that are connecting. I don't know if you can see in there. You'll see we have some connecting clips that I will now remove. That's that one out. Sorry, I'm trying to show you this. That's that one out. So one of my screws came out, two of my screws came out. That's okay. I've lost one already. Okay, so here we can see that's the back of our gimbals. Possibly you could switch them around if you want. Again, as I mentioned, you know, if it's under warranty, as soon as you open it up and start playing around here, it's probably no longer under warranty. You do need to be careful. But I'm assuming if you're building RC hobby planes, you're not going to be nervous doing this. So that's the back. Here's the front. And what I can see here immediately is I can see this seems to be raised up higher than it should be, and here I have some glue, some hot glue I guess, which is apparently doing nothing. So I can see here, I'm trying to look on my phone to see what you're seeing, but the resolution is not quite the same. So here's my button, and it's not working because this is too high up. If I lift this out, you'll see that this is the actual button. That's it. And that gets pressed in by this plastic here. You can see that. So basically this will probably, they put in the plastic button here, then they slide that in, and then they pour this hot glue on. But you can see that my hot glue wasn't doing anything. There's no real marks on it. There's no hot glue stuck onto this. Doesn't look like it was ever adhered. It's adhered to the bottom of the casing, but it was not adhered to this. So yes, this manufacturing defect, I guess, is what cost me my airplane. Not very happy about that. When they manufactured it, this did not adhere to that. So if you are relying on this bind button, if I hold it down, now it works. But as I press it, you can see that works up. Yeah. So again, I push it down a bit, and now it works. But as I'm pressing it, I can see that that's worked its way up, and now it stopped working. So it only worked 5 or 6 times then. We try it again, I push it down, it works, and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and it's moved up and the button no longer works. So this not adhering to this, I guess, is a manufacturing defect, and the end result for me was the destruction of my plane. So dear manufacturer, I'm not terribly impressed with that. But I guess these things happen. And yeah, I can build another plane. It's not a huge deal. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to remove this glue. I'm going to turn on my hot glue gun, and I'm going to put some fresh hot glue on there, making sure that it is definitely holding this in position, and then put my controller back together again. I'm going to carefully remove this. I'm hoping you can see it better than I can see on my phone, and I'm going to remove this here very carefully, very carefully with this. So let me take this button out here too, so I don't lose it. There we go. There's our little button. So such a pity. I don't know why that happened, but this is it's just not adhered, and yeah. So I got to use it 6 or 7 times, I guess, over the period of a few weeks, and then it just worked loose. So if I wasn't relying on this and I was using the gimbals, I could have possibly recovered, but what I did was I relied on this, so I let go of the gimbals and pressed this button. And then nothing happened, and then I tried it 2 or 3 times, nothing happened, and then I switched. But by the time that all happened, this happened, unfortunately. I can see this here. It's not really adhered to the bottom either. So I'm just pushing in the corners of it there, and it kind of flakes off. I guess it's a bit like old wax or something. There we go. This piece of hot glue, and I don't know if you can see there. Oh wow. So that side of it is just completely shiny, totally flat, and was never going to hold anything in. So yeah, hopefully you don't have this problem with your transmitter. If you do, you know, if you want to check, you can open it up and check how that is fixed, or maybe put a little bit more hot glue on it. Or I'm probably, seeing as it's already cost me 1 aeroplane, I'm probably going to drown it in hot glue, to be honest. So now I get my hot glue gun. Somebody forgot to plug in the hot glue gun. Let's go take a break. That's some of the pieces that came off. We have the other half of my propeller, the nose cone. I picked up every piece I could find because you don't want to leave something there. Maybe an animal eats a piece of plastic or whatever. That's not so good. And so I just cleaned up that corner of the table. I took some pictures of this. What I think might be quite fun to do actually would be do kind of a RC accident investigation, and because obviously this is not the only factor. There was a few factors that contributed to crashing this. I know it's just a RC plane, but yeah, maybe if you guys think that'd be interesting, put a note down in the comments, and I can just make a little investigation sketch into, you know, all the different factors that may have possibly contributed, and resolving them and showing the damage that happened. Okay, so now back to our hot glue gun. So first thing, so there's some hot glue pieces there. First thing is this button is going to go back in here. Nothing in the way of it there. That's good. Okay. So that surface is not quite so smooth like this one. This is quite smooth, but I'm not sure I want to take a piece of sandpaper to it, you know. Probably not a good idea. So we'll put it down in there. All the way down, holding it down, and working perfectly. Again, when it's not glued, 3 presses. Oh, 3 presses there, and it got stuck. So I think there must be there is a slight angle here where this button is housed, just at a tiny angle, which I guess, you know, works that in the upward direction. So button first. If we don't put that button in first, then we've just made our situation worse. That's all the way down. Now I'm going to get my hot glue gun. Okay, I'm back from the other side. My hot glue gun is dripping away very happily there. And I'm sure we'll make a mess again. Oh, it moved up. Little guy. Alright, I'm gonna have to hold it down with my finger and trying not to burn my finger. There we go. I'm gonna go right over the edges here. You know what, we're gonna put a... Oh, there we go. One could be clever and wear gloves. I just thought. Okay, so I may have now almost doubled the weight. I'm gonna put a little bit here towards the top as well. Can you see that there? Just a tiny bit on the corner. So, you know, this is nothing I would recommend people try. I'm just doing this myself. We need to be very careful, of course, that we do not put any hot glue on the other side of it. Oh, this lady over there. Because if we had, any hot glue, it is quite hot. I'm trying to take these shavings off. So another lesson I've just learned. Wait for it to cool down. So I'm just going to let that cool here. Yep, I think that's definitely a bit better than it was. And we'll hope that it stays there. While we're waiting for it to cool down, I can check the other side. But here everything looks like it's fixed in, screwed in, or I don't see anything else held in there with hot glue. Everything else seems to be screwed down and quite secure. The only thing that they have used hot glue for instead of a screw is what was for me the most important button, the safe mode panic button. That was the most important thing, and it seems to be that is the only thing that wasn't fixed in with screws. Okay, now I get rid of these little stringers here, or what, I don't know, what do you call these little strings coming off of the hot glue? Is there an official or a specific name for them, or maybe there's an American name or a European name, or I'm not sure. It still looks quite clear, so it's still soft. Hopefully now, of course, I didn't overheat anything, and I put a little bit here on the top corner as well. So let's give it a try now. I think it's, yeah, that's pretty solid. So there we go. If anybody steals my transmitter, my fingerprints are permanently in it now. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Can press it quite hard now. It is not moving. That's good, it's not moving. So still, that's good. My recovery button, which is also my bind button, is back working. I'm very happy with that. Didn't need to put it in a box, send it back to the manufacturer, who may have, you know, replaced it with another one which could have the same problem. So it's quite well fixed, yeah. The only difference is now it's a lot heavier on this side. I'm just joking, obviously. There's no real significant difference in weight that I know of. Good, we can put it back together again. So who remembers where these clips went? Huh? So after they've been in the position for quite a long time, they tend to want to go back into the same location. That's one. And hopefully you can see in there. Well, obviously it's just going back into the position that it came out of. So if you can see in there, this one is going to go back in there. Good, that's all the way down, it's straight and level. That's all the way in, that's straight and level. Everything is connected. Even works upside down now. Controller back together. And where are the screws? One here, and missing, and one here. Okay, so that means these two are going to go in the top. There we go, finished. There we go, everything is screwed in. It's all good. Throttle cut on. Everything is working. I shouldn't it. But now I can press this more than 3 or 4 times before it fails. Good. Okay, so it works. Turn this off. And I will test it with the plane later. You guys don't need to see that, but obviously it's fine. So that is the story of finding out what was wrong with the transmitter button and how I crashed. So let me know, guys, in the comments below if you'd like to see any other videos, or if you'd like to see a crash report. I'll put one together myself on all the different factors and what caused it and what I learned from it. I can do that myself. The NTSB is currently busy, they told me, so the only choice I have is to do it myself. Okay, hope you enjoyed, and if you like to see more videos, subscribe and click whatever notification bell you like. Take care.